trumpets 19, please. Can you please have a little more of the trumpets when you do 4 measures after 19, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. And then let's go pickups to 53, please. And we're just going to work on the end.
Why do composers use upbeats? What's the purpose of an upbeat?
I mean, it's to lead into a phrase.
Correct.
Okay, I got you. I know what you're going to say.
Do that again.
Okay.
Make each one meaningful.
Okay.
Show a little bit more resistance with no tension.
Okay.
Again. Breathing's good.
I forget to breathe. What's that, bud? All right.
Sorry.
You're good. You're the one. Back to the beginning. I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm ready. Ready.
Everybody hug a small tree. Yeah, that's a little too big. And the reason I'm asking you to do that is to get your opening set up not back here. And keep the elbows just kind of relaxed away from the body position. Now you're about halfway between this space and this space. And this is how the gesture should flow from more sound to less rather than coming back here. Breathe with the music. The pickups particularly, it's not about the gesture, it's about the breath. Let the breath, everybody, control the gesture. Do the Star Spangled Banner pickup with me, everybody. All right, so we're gonna move through the previous beat before the pickup and breathe and let the breath control the gesture. Ready? So here's 1 and then 2, no preparation. 1, now don't breathe audibly. That becomes a bad habit when we work with young players. We breathe for them. Keep your eyes on the player. Did you notice when Dr. Ross took the stand away, how much better he conducted? The face started working more and you were more spontaneous. It was a nice rubato and some very interesting things. Somehow when we're looking, it takes away something that we need. So if you have to have the score, just look down for a moment with your eyes and then back up. Take a snapshot of that page and then turn the page, snapshot, and go on. I liked it.
I took your score because I was hoping that you would do what you just did, which was transcend anything you've done before. You showed us what it means to live in the 3 time zones, and you weren't bound, like Professor Whitwell is saying, you weren't bound to something. That security blanket that you don't need wasn't there, and you didn't need it. Except for the end, when you thought you were at the end
And
before you were. And that's fine, and it was a nice recovery. Never did anything. Yeah. But that, like I said before, make sure that when you're rehearsing, you're trying to make music. The whole purpose of having a rehearsal is to make music. Even the very first rehearsal of a cycle. And if we expect that, it'll happen. We have to teach things, especially if we're in public school and we're teaching middle school. But the purpose of a rehearsal is to make music. Doesn't matter the ensemble or their age. and you just showed us that. Comments, please?
Two things. One, you did like this at the end, and with a broken wrist, and it's a kink in the
Yeah.
hose.
Yeah.
The energy goes to a lot of different places.
Okay.
And I'm so proud of you. You've come such a long way, and especially the last half of this semester, especially. I am so excited to play for you because I know if I need anything while we're playing, you're going to give it to me. I'm never worried. So, good for you.
The first thing, like a shirt. Second thing, I love the connection and the communication between you and us. I was upset when I looked up and at the fact that I didn't look up 2 beats sooner to be there for you. And also, keep in mind that your connections with other people also affect the other people you're not necessarily connecting with. So when you had that moment with Aaron where it was like, no, it's too soon, that it still made me feel comfortable because you were laughing about it, and I didn't really notice that you were 4 measures early on the ending, so it was nice.
My favorite moment was at one point we had a baton in the middle of the piece. You just looked at the baton, and then you gave emphasis to, look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And everybody followed it just perfectly because of that slight little gesture of just looking. That was great.
Thank you, Jerry Junkin. That's where we all steal it from.
I really liked it. The only thing I would say is the very last cutoff. It seemed very nonchalant almost. It was like because you did it and you just put your baton down, you didn't like hold the silence there or anything, and it was really low, so I could hardly see it too. So,
You're not doing your weird little like shuffle around the podium today,
That was great.
which I'm very proud of you for because you've been really, really working on that. And you were really nervous about your shaking. You can't tell from back here. So even if you are shaking, don't be nervous about it because we have no idea.
Don't be afraid to be one of those band directors that like every 3 or 4 rehearsals like puts the stand off to the side to be able to work and like have a mini performance of everything that they've put together, because that was really effective, and my band director did it too. Is that there would be some rehearsals he knew exactly what he wanted to work on, so he knew exactly what places to go to, so he just had the stand and the music there just in case. But he had that full connection like what you just had with us the entire rehearsal, and we did leaps and bounds in that. So.
You've improved tremendously, Alex, over the semester. You've gotten rid of a lot of nervous habits. And from sitting back here, it's fun for me to watch because I can tell when you get nervous because you get the ghetto lean. But then you realize it and you get back out of it. The one thing I did notice this time is you've replaced that with what I'll call the beaker. You really mash your lips together. And I think there's some times in the music that phrase-wise, if you would have opened your mouth and, as Professor Whitwell said, kind of breathe with the phrase and with the ensemble, that they would have followed and amplified that a little better. But overall, really, really good. You've improved so much. Bravo.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.